Let's get salty!
Everyone, Zeddy here again with another Into the Emerald Dream card review, and today is Warlock Day, and they are getting a nightmare of a legendary, the ultimate dark gift enabler. This is a real terrifying minion that could be murdering us all. We'll take a look at it, plus some other cards, of course. If you want to win these cards, we have a giveaway going on for 2 regular pre-orders, 2 mega bundles out of my pocket to enter the giveaway. Like and comment in the video link down description below, the one with that thumbnail over there. Be subscribed to the channel. Every 1,000 subs we get until all the cards are revealed. Next Wednesday, I believe, I will add another mega bundle. So hit that sub button, make me go baroque. So starting off, we have a very weird card here. The Rotten Apple, a 2-mana spell with restored 12 health. 12 health to your hero. That is a lot. However, it gets weird. For the next 2 turns, deal 3 damage to your hero. So you heal 12, so you'll want to definitely get that full value, and then you'll lose half of it, right? Over the next 2 turns. And looking at standard right now, there's not a ton of synergies for self-damaging, other than I think we got that 2-drop is sticking around that gets a buff. I don't even know if that is. I believe the Imprison, the 9-mana 4/4, I believe is rotating. Not a lot of self-damage like synergies, and to heal for 12 is nice, but then you take 6 over 2. I guess if you win the next turn, you don't care that much or whatever, but I mean, you get a net positive 6 health, but is this worth running in my deck? I feel like there's better healing options out there. It's not really doing a ton else. I also think we're losing the harp, so you can't really negate the damage you're taking. Like, there's just not a ton of synergies in standard. A lot of that stuff is rotating, so I just don't really get it. Maybe let me know what I'm missing, but in standard, I just don't see it right now. I don't see this getting a home or whatever, but we've seen healing and self-damage typically always sees play at some point. So when the support's there, maybe for this card, it'll see play, but as it stands, yeah, I'm gonna give this a 2 out of 5 in standard right now. And of course in Wild, you're always thinking the Demon Seed. Oh my God, the Demon Seed. This is just like too slow for the Demon Seed. Like you can do 6 damage, right, to tick your stuff. That's okay, but I don't want to spend 2 mana on this. I just don't, when I can like Hearthstone for 0 and heal like entirely. Like I just don't care. So I'll probably give it like a 1 in Wild, even though there's all the self-damage stuff in the world. I just feel like there's so many better cards that I'm going to be playing in those decks in Wild that I would probably never waste my time on this, but you never know. Maybe I'm wrong that 12 is just that good, and when I've completed my quest, it is 6 to the face over like 2 turns. But again, that is so slow for Wild. You like kill your opponent after completing the Demon Seed, never really a problem. It's getting to the finish of the Demon Seed. That's the only issue for that deck these days, and not a huge issue. Anyways, next we have, I love the name of this, the Avant Gardening, or Avant Gardening. It's pretty good. 2 mana, discover a Death Rattle minion with a dark gift. So this is pretty expensive, but it is a more narrow pool of things you can hit, right? Death Rattles can be quite nice, and we do have Death Rattle synergies, of course, going on in Warlock, in particular, like the Deathlight Tourist, which can like double up on those Death Rattles, which, yeah, that's not too bad. And I feel like we really want to get dark gifts going in a Warlock this expansion. I have a feeling that's probably going to be a strategy we want to consider, because the more we discover, the more options we could get, the more things we can put on a certain card, which seems pretty good. This in itself, probably not amazing, but with a legendary payoff, maybe I'll want to consider playing it. And again, we also have like the 5-mana guy that could discount these minions as well. Something you will definitely want to consider. I know it doesn't look amazing, but I do think I really want to do all the dark gift stuff I can in Warlock. And with the payoff you have out there, I think it has a valid shot of basically being a win condition and a value generation thing. That's just, dark gifts are pretty annoying, especially get like elusive or charge or summon a copy of, like, you get the summon of the 2/2 copy one. That's so good on this, right? You get the 2 death rattles. That's quite nice to hit. So I'll give it a 3 out of 5. It's not the most amazing card in the world, but I think it could see play. And in Wild, it's a 1. Can you imagine a death rattle pool there too? Although Dreadsteed, Barokin, you can get Dreadsteed, but yeah, definitely not going to be a thing in the Wild format. And we have the choose 1 card for Warlock. Every class getting a choose one card this expansion. With Sleep Paralysis, it's a choose one spell. Like I said, summon 2 3/6 demons, like 2 Fen Creepers with taunt, but they can't attack. Oof. They can't attack or destroy an enemy minion, which is 1 mana more than Siphon Soul and doesn't heal you. And Siphon Soul's been too slow for how long? These choose one cards have all been pretty bad. I gotta say, 2 3/6 taunts, not the worst in the world. Like, that's quite a bit of stats. I don't think that's that bad. Like, maybe a plate for that, but man, 5 mana hard removal. I guess you have that flexibility, right? Where instead of summoning taunts, there is an option that I kill a big thing, but overall, I have been not sold on almost every choose one card this expansion. Be pretty good if it, well, it'd be insane if it was combined. But yeah, separately, I just don't know. Like, we got the Omen card, right? Where you can get 2 6/6 taunts. They can attack as long as you're building a starship, but that hasn't been good. Even with like the Armor Starship Druid saw play, literally won Worlds, although it was a pretty terrible deck at Worlds, but it won Worlds. They didn't play that card in it because it was too slow. So I'm going to give this a 1 out of 5 in Standard and Wild. I just feel like these choose one cards have been pretty darn rough. And then lastly, yes, the legendary payoff for these Dark Gift cards, which I do think is very spooky. We have Wallow the Wretched, a 7 mana 6/6. While this is in your hand or deck, it gains a copy of every Dark Gift given to your minions. So if this has been like generated later in the game somehow through like Raised Dead and Wild, then it won't have those effects. It has to be in your hand or deck.
This dream informs me.
So the battlefield doesn't count too, right? So that's pretty good because you can give this charge. You can give this like +2/+2 and elusive. You can give this Divine Shield and Wind Fury. You can shuffle this to the top of your deck, give it +4/+5. By the way the shuffle works, if you discover a minion and shuffle it with +4/+5, that discovered minion will go to your top of your deck. Wallow will be then put to the second card into your deck if I believe it's in your starting hand or just in your deck in general. It'll be the second card after that one, basically. So that's how that'll work. But you can create just this giant Wind Fury, elusive, copy, charge minion that kills your opponent. This could OTK quite reliably almost, as long as I play enough Dark Gift minions. That's why I feel like you want to play them all. That's literally why I get that other card of 3, because yes, charge is on there and you can buff this up and give it Wind Fury. That can be absolutely filthy and do some pretty gross stuff. And it also can come back with like Reborn and it keeps all the enchantments. So again, it's gonna be things almost gonna be unkillable. Like I'm thinking of my title, I'm calling this like an unkillable charge mini because it almost is. It almost is. We need Bob again. We need Rita. We need Poops for this thing. But yeah, at least for now, Bob is the way it is. But we know he's getting nerfed to the next balance patch. So yeah, this card, win condition in itself, honestly, but you definitely have to build towards it. It can lose to taunt, disruption like a dirty rat, things like that. Although it will still keep the dark. Actually, no, Dark Gifts will work like a battle cry. I have tested that. I've summoned a minion from my hand, and it does not keep the Dark Gifts. They have to be played to use them. So be aware of that. I'm almost certain on that one. Regardless, pretty spooky card. This card's really spooky. I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5 in Standard. This is definitely a win condition style of card. I don't think you're looking at it as more of a tempo card. Definitely more that win condition way. And in Wild, a 1 because it is way too slow. That's the difference between the formats though, where we're OTKing on turns 5 and 6. In Standard, we're gonna be building this up for like turn after turn after turn, playing the actual mana cost on this probably. Although I believe the 5 mana card should discount. You can discount this too, I believe, right? Because it'll have a Dark Gift on it. But yeah, look out. This card looks really terrifying. I mean, they are a Nightmare class after all, so it kind of makes sense. So that's it for now. I believe there's 2 more Warlock reveals later today. We still got that Wild God and some other cards. So stay tuned. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Have a great day and stay salty, my friends.